Hello, this is good evening saye. Habari ya jioni watazamaji wa Kenya News Alerts. This is House of Zulfa. Karibu kwenye Government and History. Kidogo mtatusamea leo tunaifanya mapema. We can't wait to do it with you. So of late tumekuwa tukidiscuss about Dedan Kimathi. Kwa wale hata niwapee recap kwa wale ambao hawajakuwa kwenye hizo live, si ndio? So we were discussing about Dedan Kimathi, and the first day we discussed about Dedan Kimathi as the man, as the son, as the brother, as the father, as a teacher. Okay? And after that we discussed Dedan Kimathi as the now the freedom fighter. We followed his entire journey. I had a guest kwa show. We followed his entire journey mpaka in every decision that he made mpaka afike kuwa freedom fighter. Even after his death, we even met his wife Mukami and his children. Sindio? So this show ambayo ni mpya ya Government and History, tutakuwa tunaongelelea mambo ambayo yana affect things that happened in the past, heroes and people, and how they impacted our life now. Okay, so it's history and then the government. So how does that history affect us right now and affect the government right now? So tutaanza na history and then we shall compare it to now. So karibu, commenti, like, sawa, you subscribe and you share. Karibu. So today we are talking about this lady from Machakos. Her name was Syokimau. So let us go to Syokimau. Syokimau was a renowned Kamba medicine woman and prophetess who lived in the 1800s, long before Kenya was colonized. She was born in the Iveti Hills near present-day Machakos town. Her origins are shrouded in mystery, with some legends suggesting she appeared miraculously as no one knew her parents or relatives. So we sijui kama nyi ambayo mmesoma history. Me, I did history in high school, and I remember my teacher talking about Syokimau. The likes of Syokimau, Mekatilili Wamenza, they were all like prophetess, and the things that they prophetized zili impact our lives. Sawa, we shall get to for now Syokimau, but we shall get to Mekatilili. Sawa, so Syokimau, Iveti is somewhere down there in Machakos, Iveti Hills. Yes, now it's a beautiful place. A really beautiful place with a lot of big stones, and kuna mandhari mazuri, by the way, actually. So alikuwa ametoka kule Syokimau, ametoka kule na hakuna mtu, but actually when you ask about Syokimau, unataka kujua ametoka wapi specifically, ametoka kwa nani specifically, who are the brothers, who are the sisters, who are the whatever, no one knows. Okay, maybe she just appeared. You know, let me tell you a story. Kifika kwa history napiga story. So let me tell you a story about my grandmother. Told me a certain story, and she said that there was this I'm going to call it like a fairy, or like a watu ambao obsessed na vitu kama Disney and Marvel, you understand, maybe a goddess. She was like a goddess, and my grandmother told me that there used to be different, I don't know, let me say fairies or goddesses for different things, and you used to see them. So she told me that there was this one in particular, alikuwa anaitwa Ndambi, and Ndambi used to be in the river. Such a beautiful girl. Ulikuwa unampata, she told me that ulikuwa unampata jioni, msira mrembo kabisa, mweupe pepe, anaoga. Na alikuwa anaoga kwa, unajua, if you go to like a natural dam, utapata kuna like a circle ya maji safi, and then now kuna a stream, and then utapata the entire dam. So she used to shower hapo kwa this clean, very clean water. Alikuwa anaitwa Ndambi. Why am I talking about Ndambi? I'm talking about Ndambi because people say they don't know where Syokimau came from. Sawa, they just hawezi kuambia eti wale ni watu wa Syokimau. You know, kama venye tuliongelea watu wa Dedan Kimathi tukasema alikuwa na watoto, alikuwa na bibi, alikuwa na bwana. We know nothing about Syokimau. Eti alitoka wapi, mamake ni nani, we know nothing. So maybe she was a goddess or a fairy or something. The god or the gods had sent here to come and warn people, you know, about wazungu ambao walikuwa wanakuja. So my grandmother tells me that these goddesses used to be there. Kulikuwaga ziju wakulima, kulikuwaga ziju wa ng'ombe, kulikuwaga that is mifugo, kulikuwaga na uwe wa maji ambaye kutoka Ndambi, and you were told you should not look at her while she's bathing, yeah? But ulikuwa unampata hapo. Now you imagine wewe ni kijana, unapata dem super anaoga mahali, you know, utakosa je kumwangalia? So tuachane na either way. Let's continue with Syokimau. So, Syokimau prophetic abilities were believed to have been granted by a benevolent spirit that visited her when she was a young girl. Ishaanza kwa saa movie ya Nigeria. So, we know Syokimau existed. So there's no point of sahi kwanza kusema eti hii ni story ya jaba, eti kulikujaga mtu spirit ikampea powers nini, because we know that everything that she prophesied did come true. And we have named buildings after her, we've named places after her. So damn, those benevolent spirits should find me. Okay, so Syokimau, she became famous for her accurate predictions, including foreseeing attacks from neighboring communities like the Maasai and the Kikuyu, which allowed the Kamba warriors to prepare and defend themselves. By the way, I don't know, the Maasai na the Kamba walikuwa wanapigananga ng'ombe all the time. Like all the time. Alafu back then nile wakati ambao used to smoke signals. You know, I was talking to someone the other day. Tulikuwa tunaongelea tunasema, now imagine dating in that time. Dating and the only signal, just because unatuma tu text ama unatuma pin and then whatever. Now imagine back then if you're dating a girl from the other village or a boy from the other village, na unabidi washe smoke. Inabidi like washe smoke na maybe your day mwendea kwa anaangalia hiyo side, alikuwa anaangalia side nyingine. How do you communicate? Like, it must be a very, very, very difficult time for dating or doing anything. Hata acha hivyo, when those people are coming to attack na mtu amesema wacha ni washe smoke signals, unapata upepo inapiga side nyingine. Hiyo upepo inaonyesha watu wengine wa maybe it is Machakos and Machakos is bigger, and inakuja mpaka inaonyesha watu wa hii side hiyo smoke. So watu wa Iveti wanadhani wao wana get attacked, na kumbe smoke ilikuwa huko mbali kabisa side ya Masi, na watu wa Masi wanakuja kuatakiwa, but because of upepo it might has been very, very hard, yeah. Smoke signals. Damn. So listeners, niambeni, what do you think about that? What do you think about the dating time ya huko? Alafu hizi smoke signals kweli zilikuwa za work all the time? Alafu ama ile walikuwa sema either ni smoke signals ama kupiga drum ama kutuma messenger. You know, we should thank technology, yes? So Syokimau, she conducted prayers and made sacrifices under a designated tree known as the Idhembo, which served as a shrine. So wanasema Syokimau alikuwa anaenda kufanya, you know, when you are a prophetess, kuna zile duties ambazo uko nazo. Tumeangalia movies za Nigeria enough. Tumeona Mama Jia akiwa prophetess. Tumeona hizi movies. Tumejua you must go there, wear like a red thing, a red cloth, and be all weird and stuff, you know. And then like ukwe na makuku huko na masanamu huko and stuff. So that is what Syokimau used to do. And I think that shrine is still here. Like when you want, if you're from another place, you can go to Iveti and you'll find the shrine of Syokimau. So she used to conduct prayers and make sacrifices. Sawa. So prophecies extended beyond immediate threats to include significant events such as the arrival of Europeans and construction of Kenya-Ugandan railway. So when you're a prophet, I'm told that you sleep and you dream. The prophecies are poured onto you. I don't know, I'll say it is God, then I don't know, they used to say maybe spirits, ancestral spirits, yeah. So ndo zilimuoneshaga, and I'm told, my grandmother tells me that she said kuna nyoka kubwa inakuja. Hiyo nyoka inakuja na nyeupe. She said it's a white, long, very, very, very long snake, and it is white. Now imagine sasa amekuja ameamka asubuhi amesema nimeota hivyo. And you know, you guys, obviously unajua kitambo alikuwa anawapea prophecies za kusema naona ng'ombe zikiibiwa, and then the Masai wanakuja wanaiba ng'ombe. So umezoeaga prophecies zake ni zile literally. And now she says naona kuna nyoka kubwa anakuja mweupe, na akikuja kutakuwa na shida. And things will change. Actually, we shall get to I shall mention some of our prophecies and how they came true and how they affected us, and how they affected those past people, and how people are colonized according to our prophecies, yeah. So tujeke tena nasema let us imagine. Let us put ourselves up. I love putting myself kwa hiyo shoe. So this is Syokimau, amekuja ameniambia Zulfa, naona kuna kuja nyoka mweupe mrefu tena sana, na akija kutakuwa na shida. And now obviously I'll be like ndakuwa rada anywhere kuna tunyasi, niko like alisema kuna nyoka anakuja, nyoka atakuwa mkubwa. So you know, we don't think, you know, because unajua ni kitu we didn't know Europeans, we didn't know white people, we didn't know them, they didn't know us, we were all strangers to each other. Okay, so obviously hakuna mtu ambaye angefikiria kama the white snake inamaanisha rally, sababu we used to do long distance trading ilikuwa ni mguu. Okay, so no one knows any technology, no one knows any kind of infrastructure, because we used to use like hizo forest, because wanasema tulikuwa tunatubega hizo manjia za kufatanisha. Unasema Mombasa inaweza, ukiamua Mombasa ni huko chini, unafuata tu ukienda huko chini mpaka uende, and most people died. People died through those long distance traveling. So no one knew about what Syokimau was talking about. No one knew at all. So maybe they stayed wakaona hiyo imeisha hakuna, you know. Then later, let us continue. We shall get to the prophecies. Let us first know who was Syokimau as the person. So anasema Syokimau's life and prophecies have left a lasting legacy among the Kamba people and in Kenyan history. Her name lives on in modern residential area of Syokimau, which is a testament to her enduring influence. Obviously, everyone knows Syokimau ni wapi. Syokimau, it is named after Syokimau. Now, this Syokimau that we're talking about, the lady that was born in Iveti Hills in the 1800s, because you are the first, when you go through history, unajua the first people the first explorers arrived at Rabai in 1849. That's when the first explorers nakujanga wa kwanza wale walikuja kuexplore wajue huku ni wapi. They came in 1849. Now Syokimau alikuwa huko because I think she never met the white people, but she prophesied about them. Sindio? Now let us go and see what ninataka kuguzia tu some examples of the prophecies ambazo alisema and how they affected us. Naomba nikienda kuangalia zile prophecies, continue on commenting, continue on sharing, continue on subscribing, And also, I will continue to insist, if you need to advertise anything, if you need a team of experts, Kenya News Alert, to advertise anything for you, all you have to do is look at your screens, and then you'll find a number there, and that number, you will contact that number, na utaongea na the team of Kenya News Alert, and then mtawasiliana, alafu we shall land to you. We shall come to you, and we shall come to advertise what you want us to advertise for you. So guys, Syokimau, such a powerful name. Syokimau. I don't know what it means. I was trying to find what it means, but I don't know what it means. Syokimau. Let us get back to the prophecies of Syokimau and how they affected us as a country. So, some of the examples of her prophecies were colonization by the British. Hiyo ndio ya kwanza. Anasema Syokimau predicted that people with funny skin, the white people now, people with funny skins, the white people would come, take over the land, and force the locals to abandon their gods and adopt the British religion. This prophecy came true when the arrival of the European missionaries and the subsequent colonization of Kenya. So alisema, back then, as an African community, we used to worship rivers. Ulikuwa naambiwa we used to worship mountains. Ukikuja upate mti mkubwa sana, you worship that, And they used to, when our wazungu walikuja wakatuambia, mna worship idols. But when you think about it, our forefathers, our ancestors were not worshiping idols. Because when you look at a mountain, kuna ngoma fulani inasemaga, nikitembea kote duniani ndege uimba, and so milima milima inapendeza macho, and God is in that. God is in his creation. God is in that beautiful, powerful, strong current river. God is in that big tree, big mwamba tree. God is in that mountain, So I think our ancestors were not worshiping idols. They were admiring and appreciating God's creation. Sawa? So Syokimau alikuwa ameshaambia watu, kuna kujua. Na hao watu wakija ambao wako na funny skin wakija, amtapenda. They will come, they will force you to work, they will force you to leave your gods, and you will have to do everything that I'm saying. And maybe people were like, unajua unaambiwa prophet anakataliwa kwao. So maybe people were like, asa funny skin ya kina nani? Funny skin ya kina nani? Unaona? Aya. So the second prophecy of Syokimau was attacks from neighboring communities. She could foresee attacks from of one another. Now those are story buildings. Aliona magorofa, that was 1800s, wakati hata tulikuwa tunajenga na udongo, and we used to thatch the roofs with this kind of, sijui ni nyasi gani, but we used to use thatch kind of roofing and udongo. And she foresaw like 100 years from now, like huko mtajenga nyumba ambazo mtajenga magorofa. Damn. Which is interpreted as the construction of apartments and skyscrapers. She also mentioned that this generation would behave strangely, disrespect traditions and not fear taboos. And that is true. Umadama alikuwa on point. Sawa, tushajenga hizo skyscraper already. She says that you will build houses on top of one another. And then sasa tumefika ile place, nilikuwa nasema meme fulani nasema Gen Z anaona mzee amesimama kwa gari na badala muamukie kiti anauliza mwenzake, mbona mzee ameingia kwa gari kama imejaa? And I remember back then when we were children, aungekaa chini kama mtu mzima, like someone hata mwenye ako 1 year older than you amesimama. The moment you see your elders coming, you stand up. Back then, Ukienda ushago, I remember there's this grandmother of mine that used to beat you like vibaya sana. Eti una nini? Kwanza uamke asubuhi alafu ukose kumwambia maraba, wewe you're done. Wewe hata usikule kwa hii nyumba. Wewe hataenda kabisa, like potea, because you are an abomination. But saizi imekuwa tu kawaida, like utapata hata hapa kuna mzee mzima na nimekaa tu hapa. Akuwe hata kuna madam mjamzito na nimekaa tu hapa. Nipigiwe simu niongee all the dirty things, you know. Nifanye chochote and I'm like, si mamangu, you know. So she saw all that. Aya. Ya nne ambayo I'm just giving like 4 examples and then we go on a break and come back. Okay? So, wanasema strange behaviors of future generations. Strange behaviors of future generation. She predicted that future generation would claim to be wiser, disrespect elders and disregard traditional customs. Kila mtu hapa kuna tribe. Obviously, every one of my viewers, we are like 43 tribes in Kenya. So I know kila mtu ametoka from one of them. But right now unapata hata mtu ajui hata their traditional language, hata ajui their mother tongue. Mtu hata ajui what they used to do, ajui hata their traditional kind of clothing. I think it's like only the Maasais. Na siku hizi hata wameacha kuvaa kala, wanavaa Air Force na hizo maleso zao. So we are leaving it behind. It is not good. Okay. So, when we come back, I wanted to discuss Prophetess Syokimau legacies and how they influence modern Kenyan society. Sawa? So we shall go on a small break, and when I come back I will read your comments and then tutajua hizi prophecies zake zenye aliprophesy saizi zinatu affect aje kama a country, kama a Kenyan people. How will it affect us? Thank you. We are going on a break and then you're going to come back. Welcome back. This is Kenya News Alert and I'm your host, House of Zulfa. Na tupo hapa live YouTube. We are here talking about the Prophetess Syokimau. This is government and history. Tulisema, unajua tumekuwa tukiongea kuhusu eti unajua kwa nini hii ina happen hivi, kwa nini whatever. It is because we don't know our history. And we don't know how that history affects our government right now. So, sisi kama team ya Kenya News Alert tukasema, now let us take that opportunity and explore what happened back then. And who are those people who did those sacrifices and did those things and how they are impacting our government and our lives right now. Sindio? And then again, nasema, jana tumekuwa Paradise Hub, a very beautiful place in Kitengela. You just go to your Google map and be like, where is Paradise Hub? Excuse me, sijui kama ambaye sauti nataka kunipotea. Go to your Google Maps, search for Paradise Hub. Excuse me, I'm sorry. And see such a beautiful place. We were there yesterday to live stream huko, tukakunywa juice. Ilikuwa tunakupiga mafunda majuice ya. Tukala chakula kitamu tena sana. And the team was like, please come back again. Now, why am I talking about Paradise Hub? It is because that if you have any place, any hotel, if it is an hotel, if it is a shop, if it is a car rental place, if it is whatever that you want us, hata kama ni ng'ombe zako unataka to advertise, we shall advertise your cows. Okay? All you have to do is look at your screens and you'll find a number there. Contact that number, utaongea na kurugenzi wetu, and then you shall communicate on how we're going to come and advertise your place. We have experts hapa. Tuko na watu ambao wanajua kufanya hiyo kazi. Sawa eh? So guys, comment, msubscribe, mlove, tuendelee kuongelea kuhusu Syokimau. Now, before the break nilisema I want us to know how Syokimau and her prophecies, the impacts of those prophecies right now. Let's get to it. Number 1, cultural heritage. Syokimau is celebrated as a symbol of rich cultural heritage of the Kamba people. Her prophecies and the stories surrounding her life are an integral part of the oral tradition that passed down through generations. So, kitambo because hatukuwa na simu ya kupiga picha na hatukuwa na voice recorders and stuff, I think people used to tell stories. That's how, when you tell stories, you're told tell stories. Everyone we know now, hata what Dedan Kimathi ambao tulikuwa tunaongea story yake, it is because his tales were told and told from one generation to the next. That's why we know him. Wewe unajua babu yako sababu the same way, ama babu ya babu yako because unaambiwa alikuwa anaitwa jina gani sasa, alikuwa anaitwa Makande, na Makande alikuwa anapigana, alikuwa hivi na hivi na hivi na hivi. So sisi watu wa Makande tuko hivi through telling of stories. And I remember back niko kama sijui nursery, I used to go to my grandmother's place in Da, and then we would sit down and then she would tell me stories like stories and stories about people uko mbele. Because kitambo you used to pass information through oral stories, and that's how now we know about Syokimau. Because those people, I just say that hatuwezi kaa chini for a moment to, you go, when right now our generation imekaa zenye hata we don't talk, we chat. Unapata hiyo chat kwa 24 hour ya kudelete, so hata hiyo story hakuna. And it's so sad because if your generation ingekuwa hivyo, hatungekuwa tunajua Syokimau, hatukuwa tunajua amekatilili, hatukuwa tunajua all the things that we know now, like wakina Denan, wakina Jomo, we couldn't know them. But through telling stories, wanasema cultural heritage, sawa, her integral part of oral traditions that are passed down from generations and through generations. Mimi namwambia mtoto wangu anamwambia mtoto wake hivyo, and it's a story that is told all the time. Aya, number 2, place names. The residential area of Syokimau, located near Nairobi, is named in her honor. This area has grown into a significant transport and resident hub, featuring the Syokimau railway station and Nairobi terminus for the standard gauge railway. This naming keeps her memory alive and highlights her historical importance. So her story, hapo mbele tumesema, through cultural heritage, her story was told. Because alikuwa, tumesema, hebu tukumbushane, alikuwa kwa 1800s, even before the colonizers came. In fact then kuna picha ya Syokimau ambayo yuko yenye utasema that is for real Syokimau. Hamna, itakuwa maybe tu mtu aliimagine akachora tu mdem fulani, unaona, but we don't have them. But through telling stories, through telling, maybe villagers were like, ongoja huyu mdem nini, okay sawa, anaambia mtoto wake anamwambia kutoka 1800, my dear. How many years are those? 1800s. 1800. A lot of years. Na mpaka waleo tumemjua. Mpaka umefanya tumename a place, kuna place wa Syokimau. Kuna railway station inaitwa Syokimau. Kuna Nairobi terminal inaitwa Syokimau. Because of our memory na hiyo kuombiana story na ku keep the memory alive. We should go back there. But that is according to me. So number 3, anasema this is how it impacts us, yeah. Anasema inspiration for modern prophets and leaders. Syokimau's life and prophecies inspire modern spiritual leaders and prophets within the Kamba community and beyond. Her ability to foresee future events and guide her people is a source of inspiration for those who seek to lead and protect their communities. So this lady akiwa 1800 tumesema pale juu, she foresaw tutajenga magorofa, tutakuwa watu wenye utovu wa nidhamu, tutaacha mila na tutakuwa watumwa. And as you can see right now, sisi ni watumwa. Because it is so sad venye mtu anakuambia mimi ni Mkisii lakini hata hajui language yake. It's like this, it's like tu ni kama upate mkadho mwenye ana rosary ama upate Muislamu ambaye ana hijabu. How, you know, atuleki pazuri, honestly. So she foretold things that are happening right now, and she told this over 200 years ago. That's when she was telling about it. And right now these things are happening and we are seeing it. Let's continue. Educational and historical significance. Syokimau is taught in schools as a part of Kenyan history curriculum. This helps students understand the historical context of Kenya's pre-colonial period and impacts of indigenous leaders and prophets. Yes, we learn about Syokimau. We learn about Syokimau from Tukwe class 4. Says it was grade 4. From grade 4 until you go to high school, and if you choose to go and major in history, then you still learn about Syokimau. And you learn about wengine. Dori Wangongere, you learn about Mekatilili, you learn about kuna msera Masai ambayo nasahau jina yake. So she has impacted even our education. She has impacted our cultural heritage. She has inspired prophets and leaders of today. Also, tourism and local economy. The area named after her has become a bustling commercial hub, contributing significantly to local economy. The Syokimau railway station, in particular, plays a crucial role in connecting Nairobi with other parts of the country, facilitating trade and travel. Mtu ambaye ananijoin live saa hii, tulikuwa tunasoma, we were learning today about Syokimau. Syokimau was a lady that was born in Iveti, the 1800s. They say that we don't have specific dates because no one even knows her family. Hakuna mtu ambaye anajua eti mamake alikuwa nani. Okay, they say that people from there believe that she just appeared. And she appeared when she was like a teen young girl, and then a benevolent spirit blessed her with the powers of prophecy. And we have seen that all the things that she prophesied have happened. Okay? So now we are reading about how it affects us right now, about how those prophecies that she gave 200 years ago na uko are affecting us right now. Yes? So I'm going to go and read your comments. Mbele kuna Ellen Mombi anasema, I did history and I loved the stories of Mekatilili Wamenza and Syokimau. True, I used to love those kind of stories. I used to love those kind of stories vibaya sana. Like that is, I think that is why I did even history, because I love storytelling and I love stories. Yes? Aya. Tumesema Naona pale kuna Angela kwa Mboka anasema, hello, loving the show. I am from Bungoma. Hi, say hi to Bungoma people. Aya. So guys, what do you think that would have happened if this lady angesema vitu ambavyo alisema? Ama maybe kama angesema na umignore na upate hatujaambiwa hata tujui, ingekuwa Kenya ambayo inakaaje sahi? I don't know. Sawa. I'm going to read your comments. Pale. Namola kuna mbuzi ndizi. Anasema hello. Hello to you too. Aya. Namola pia pale kuna anaitwa Ashna anasema nafuatilia. Endelea kufuatilia mama. Fuatilia kabisa. Okay. So my dear viewers and listeners, if you went back to back time in time right now and you found Syokimau, what would you tell her? Would you tell her that her prophecies zimekuja true? Prophecies zake zote zimekuja true, sasa tunaziona. Tumejenga skyscrapers. Nimesema tena tumekuwa wapotovu wa nidhamu. Ni sisi au tumeshaacha mila. Atufuatilie chochote. In fact, we don't respect our elders. We don't care about them. Would you tell her that? Or you will tell her that, yes, the colonial people did come, they colonized us, and right now we worship, and right now, when they come, they will force us to stop worshiping our gods, and they will force us to use their religion. And that is true. So me, if I went back in time, I would want to know, well, where she came from. I would want to know if she has family. Now, if she came from above, like alifanya tukulanda hapa tu, I would like love, yani ningetaka anionyeshe pia hivyo mimi. Ndio nipatane hiyo benevolent spirit mimi pia nipewe hizo powers. Because you know, when you look at hizo vitu ambazo unaambiwa she did, she said, na ndo hizi zina happen saa hii. She said them a long time ago, even before, like alikama alikuwa like 40 years before ya age. I'm married, we don't know her death story and stuff, but before, and even a much more time, mpaka sisi this generation ambayo ilikuwa ina get inaambiwa you shall be hivyo venye sisi tupo. Oh my God. Are there like prophets kama hao sahi? Like genuine prophets, do you have them? Nasoma comments as we continue. Namona pale Irene Mboka anasema, hello, I am from Iveti and it is true we don't know where she came from. Even my grandmother tells me that she doesn't know where she came from, but they know that she existed because the shrine is still there. That is true. That is true. Even my grandmother told me that the shrine is still there. So we know that she was there. wanasema anaitwa Kevin Ogusu. Anasema hello, nafuatilia. So guys, when you're told history, what comes to your mind? When you're told government, what comes to your mind? What is history? The textbook version of history. What is history? Wanasema in the documentation of historical stuff. Sikumbuki the textbook, but either way wanasema it is as the documentation of historical events as they appeared in time. Yani unajua uzuri wa history inakuambia the exact date. Inakuambia kama ilikuwa 5th of February 1952 ambapo in fact that date is a date where the Britain government went to ask for help ndio wakuje kubomb forest sababu alikuwa anataka kufukuza maumau. That is just for example, when you go to history is detailed. History is why we are what we are. History is everything. Now how does this history akina hour nimejua nime go through it sababu muda pale sawa, but we nitaendelea ku repeat ya tuliona Denan and how Denan has helped us. Every decision that he made, everything that he made, how because of him here we are free, and others obviously kuna wengine, but because of him and the sacrifices that him and his family sacrificed, we are today. Now this is what Kenya News Alert wants to do. We want you as a Kenyan people to understand what history has done to impact the government of today. I don't know kama unaniget. Sasa leo tumemwona Syokimau. Na tumeona everything that Syokimau did from, unajua kuna history nyingi yake hata when you research. Sababu yeye umesikia alitoka tu from the skies. Unaona? But everything that she prophesied has come true. Na imetusaidia wapi? Imetusaidia kwenye cultural heritage. Places zimeitwa jina yake. Sawa? Inspiration of modern prophets and leaders. Educational historical significance. Sababu tunamsoma. Tourism and local economy. We salute you, Syokimau. You beautiful goddess. We don't know you, we don't know your family, but thank you. So guys, again I'm going to repeat as we close up this show. If you have any advertisement of anything that you want to be put out there, sababu we are a big channel, yeah? So if you have anything at all that you want to be advertised, then please angalia kwenye screen yako pale, utaona namba ambayo iko pale. Hiyo namba, communicate ile namba. You'll be talking to our executive producers and the team of Kenya News Alerts, and they shall get back to you. Utaongea na watu wazuri pale, deals ni mzuri pale. So if there's anything at all, na sasa tukatai nakwambia, nilisema kama ni ng'ombe unataka advertisiwe, wewe tuambie sie. Tuko na wakurugenzi ambao wanajua what they are doing. Yes? So guys, this was government issue inaitwa government and history. Tuanza kwanza #government and history. #government and history. Sababu we need to know our history so that we understand our government right now. Sindio people. It's been so sweet being with you live hapa kutoka saa 7 mpaka saa 8. Tunashukuru sana. I've been your host, House of Zulfa, and this is Kenya News Alerts. Bye bye.